and welcome to Dungeon and Bad Decisions. This is the 14th installment of Anna Attempts to Explain Things. I'm your host, Anna, and this week's topic is why I hate 4th edition. Basically, my issue with it is that they tried to make it like Magic, the Gathering, the card game, and it's mostly in the combat sense, and it's just bizarre and difficult. They completely revamped attack and turn actions so that it was like a card game, and you had special attacks instead of like, you know, everybody having an attack action and an attack action and a standard action and whatever. And it was like they changed it to like magic attacks and then dagger attacks, and it was like they completely changed it, and it made no sense in the context of a role-playing game, and it vastly overcomplicated things. And it broke immersion constantly to do it. Like, you couldn't stay role-playing in combat at all because you were just so busy focusing on this card nonsense. And it was difficult. I did have one DM who used this chase mechanic that he found. It was kind of like a roll-off thing, I guess, that he found in 4th edition, but we used it in a Pathfinder campaign, and I think that was the only good thing any of us managed to find to pull out of 4th edition. He liked it so much he pulled it in a Pathfinder. It was like, I can do what I want, I'm the DM, I'm God. You know, you can't fuck with me, I am God, kind of thing. There was also some races like shapeshifters that I don't think I've seen anywhere outside of 4th edition, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, I'm just really confused by it. Like, I didn't really ever manage to get into the mythology, but, some of it was like, this is this new stuff that could have been interesting, but they just completely scrapped all of it when they moved on to 5th, and just sort of made everything 5th sort of like a better version of, you know, 3.5 and Pathfinder. But pretty much my issue is just almost entirely with the combat, and I think that's, you know, most people's issues. Combat's kind of an integral mechanic aspect of D&D and other role-playing games. Like, you can have a, you know, talk-heavy game and everything, but you're still going to wind up in combat or combat-like situations. It's just a fact of how these games work. I don't know, it just kind of sucked. If you enjoyed this video, check out my Tumblr where I post quotes, anecdotes, photos, and occasional recordings of the tabletop games I play in at thedungeonandbaddecisions.tumblr.com. There's a link in the description. If you've got any topics you'd like me to cover, let me know in the comments or via one of the many messaging systems on Tumblr. If you really enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Roll 20s, y'all!